We recently observed a fight on a cruise ship, and this is not the first time we've seen this type of fight happen. JJ Cruise. Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Jordan and this is JJ Cruise. Thank you so much for coming into the video today. Now, fights on cruise ships, they seem to be happening more and more frequently. At least that's what you see online. I would actually argue that fights have always happened on cruise ships or at resorts or in grocery stores, but in the century that we're in, where every person has a cell phone, you're gonna see a lot more fights pop up online on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, etc. What's interesting about the fight that we saw on Navigator of the Seas about a week and a half ago is it is the second time we've seen almost the exact same fight happen. And today we need to get down to the bottom of who is right. Now, I'm going to get into actually both of these stories here today, and I want you to tell me in the comments whose side you think that you're on. But before we do that, I do just want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. We are on this road to 100,000 subscribers. If you love cruising as much as Jared and I do, please hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video today, hit that thumbs up on your way out. Now, like I said, we were on Navigator of the Seas about a week and a half ago. We're out here on the West Coast for about 5 weeks, decided to do a cruise while we were out here, and we did a really beautiful cruise to the Mexican Riviera. Now, if you've watched the channel for long enough, you'll know that Jared and I frequent casinos on cruise ships. It's actually one of the reasons that we cruise as much as we do. If you play in the casinos and you're consistent and you join their loyalty program, you can get free cruises. We've made several videos on the channel about that. We've even talked about how much money we've spent in casinos and how much money we won. In any casino, you have lots of people spending their hard-earned cash. So whether that be they're taking their chances at a table or they're playing the slot machines, people are taking money and running these through the machines, hoping and praying that they can win a jackpot at some point. And tensions in casinos can get very high. People can get very stressed, especially if they're spending more money than they planned on, and it can be an environment that can sometimes get a little tense. While we were on Navigator of the Seas, Jared and I were sitting at a bank of slot machines. And we were sitting just playing away. We had gotten to know some of the other people around us, so we were kind of chit-chatting with different people while playing these machines, when all of a sudden, from the bank behind, we hear two ladies and their voices are getting louder and louder and louder. And we start to hear name calling going on. I'm talking a lot of vulgar words were flying from these women's mouths. And all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see the casino host walk over with the assistant casino host to try and calm these two women down. The women started to talk to the casino host and the assistant casino host and tell them exactly what was going on. So we heard the entire story. And Jared and I looked at each other. We were like, we saw this happen a few months ago on another cruise ship as well. Essentially, what had happened was there was a woman at a slot machine. She played through all of her money and needed to get more money, so she got up, left her card in the little slot, and then went to go get cash from the ATM. Upon coming back, someone else had sat down, put money in the machine, and was playing the machine that she claimed was hers. She became furious that somebody stole this machine from her and took it over when she was just running to get money and coming right back. I had said this reminded us of another scenario that we saw on another cruise ship, but the stakes were way higher. There was a gentleman in a casino a few months ago that was sitting down at a slot machine. We watched him play through his money. He was actually betting pretty big bets on this slot machine, got up to leave the machine, and someone immediately came in and hit his button and started playing. Upon first spin, that person won $800. The man came back, saw that he had won $800 and demanded that he split the jackpot or the winnings with him because he had poured so much money into this slot machine. The person that hit the button was using their own money and of course said, absolutely not. I'm not going to give you any of this money. I won this money fair and square. Security had to get involved in that situation, and it was very, very messy. But at the end of the day, that person that hit the button did not have to give that man any money because he had gotten up and he had walked away from the machine. In a similar way, on Navigator of the Seas, this woman had gotten up and she left the machine. Yes, she did leave her player's card in the machine, But a lot of people do that all the time by mistake, and sometimes you don't even look at that. If you're not using a player's card, you just sit down without really paying attention to that portion of the machine. There was no money in either of these machines, and both people, from what everyone gathered around them, had gotten up and left. Now, the reason that the woman on Navigator of the Seas was so angry at the other woman was because it was her friend that came over and started playing. So these two women were going at it. And like I said, they were being very vulgar. There was a lot of name calling. And from what we could tell, this ended by one of the women getting up and huffing out in a storm. She didn't do it, though, without calling the other woman a really nasty word on her way out. The question here, of course, is who is right? Yes, when you leave a slot machine and you have the intention to come back to that slot machine, you hope that no one gets up and plays it. But there's really this unspoken rule in casinos that you can't reserve slot machines. It's a public space, it's open to anyone, and anyone at any time can come and sit and play whatever machine you'd like to sit at. Both of these scenarios, there was no cash in the machine, so there was really no indication that someone had planned on coming back. Let me know in the comments below, is it just me? Am I like a little bit nuts here? Or do I think that both of these people that got up and left the machine are in the wrong? I realize I do speak from a little bit of a place of privilege. Jared and I always play together, so there's always two of us. So if one of us has to go to the bathroom, or if one of us has to get up and maybe go to the bar and grab a drink, the other one can sit in the seat and keep it held for us while we are gone for just those few minutes. I recognize if you're a solo traveler or if you're in the casino alone, that can be a lot more difficult, and well, you may have to give up the machine if you absolutely have to get up and get out. Let me know in the comments below who you think is right in this situation, and if you think there should be maybe rules posted in the casino that would make it very easy for the casino hosts to, well, tell people, look, this is the rule. If you get up, you get up. They don't owe you anything. I want to hear from all of you if you think that people should be able to reserve their spot in a casino, or if you think it should be a free-for-all, which is kind of what it is right now. Well, that was the story for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Again, my name is Jordan. This is JJ Cruz, and until next time, see ya.